Renegades unite! Welcome back to Steveisms with Steven. I'm Steve. Today we are going to be taking a look at Mason Jar by Inpatient, which is Ren and Chris Webby. Now, I tuned in personally and was in the chats of all of the new Inpatient songs when they all dropped. However, many of them were visualizers or lyric videos, which I thought was pretty cool. So I enjoyed it so much, I went on iTunes and I downloaded the entire album. I spent $10 and I was very pleasantly surprised when I had double the tracks. Now, I was kind of confused by this, so I went through and I looked and it had all the songs, and then it also had, to my pleasant surprise, all of the videos. Now, these included the videos that we've seen on YouTube, but also one step further, Mason Jar here showed up. It wasn't the visualizer. It was a unique video that I can't find on YouTube. Now, by the time you see this, it might be on YouTube, but I figured if I'm going to react to this, I should react to the video that nobody's seen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it through once so you guys can see it. From what I have seen of it, it's very, very silly. And then I'll go through and actually make comments on the actual lyrical breakdown of it and kind of what we're seeing. Strap in, guys. This is going to be a wild ride. This is one of the craziest ones. Little inside thing I found out because I also was tuned into the Twitch live stream between the videos. Apparently, JP does all of the percussion on this entire song on Mason Jars. So, all right, let's check it out, guys. Let's see what this is all about. Without further ado, here is Inpatient's Mason Jar by Ren, Chris Webby, and of course, our boy JP.
I've been on a way, cutting ketamine with a Home Depot card, and it's got me on a way, quarter ounce in a mushroom chocolate bar. Yeah, it's got me on a way, I've been on a way. Yeah, we're so high that JP forgot how to make beats. Now he's drumming on a mason jar. Yeah, I line up that kitty cat pretty fat, then I'm sniffing that lighter ciggy, some sticky, then sip some whiskey to piggyback the effects as they get to me. I perfected the recipe with some acid to microdose and some excellent ecstasy. Gone banjo kazooie, I got some 2C to boost me. I cop some kid up in Canada with them loonies and toonies. I'm in the room with some groupies and that cocaine on the plate that I microwave for 28 seconds and gave them a taste. I cut a gator for later, break up and roll in the reefer, stoner demeanor, eating pizza, playing Ghost of Tsushima. The graphics so realistic, I feel like I'm in Japan on ketamine like a horse. Them crystals are finer than sand. Just when I thought I was zooted, JP been raising the bar. Went from playing guitar, now he's fucking banging on jars. He's taking so many bong rips, it blasted him higher. But honestly, this beat is actually fire. I've been on a way, cutting ketamine with a Home Depot card, and it's got me on a way, quarter ounce in a mushroom chocolate bar. Yeah, it's got me on a way, I've been on a way. Yeah, we're so high that JP forgot how to make beats. Now he's drumming on a mason jar. Sometimes sick boy get so lazy, smoking caddy, kush get baby. Sometimes labels act so shady. That's my song, that fuck you, pay me. Never bite the hand that gives, motherfucker. I know cartoons like the Milkman's mother. Bulletproof bars, bullets bounce back, sucker. Click clap on the cover. My brother, compadre, amigo, pass me the spliff and I hit like a free throw. Netflix kid getting high, watch a peep show, scratch that itch in the belly when she deep throat. The sick boy so vulgar, too old, too mature. When I'm older, hold this spliff, let JP take over. I'm so cooked, I need to get sober. I never made a verse this high. Webby man, I think I'm gonna die. I need to lie down with the lights out, time out, but to pass out on the couch. I'm not fucking about, cause I'm tripping for Britain. The curtains are dripping, the music, skipping. Feel so sick, my stomach kick flipping. One more hit, man, fuck it, we're living. Cutting ketamine with a Home Depot card, and it's got me on a way, quarter ounce in a mushroom chocolate bar. Yeah, it's got me on a way, I've been on a way. Yeah, we're so high that JP forgot how to make beats. Now he's drumming on a mason jar.
Forget about it, Frankie.
Obviously, that felt like a weird fever dream, like some kind of a trip of our own. I have a feeling that the reason that this wasn't put on YouTube is because it risks monetization. So I'm going to have to be pretty explicit in what I say is in this video, and I may have to go through and blur some stuff later. So we'll see what happens, but what a weird trip. There's so many little references and stuff. I think it's cool that they both got the Impatient tattoo. I think Webby got it on his leg, and it looked like our boy Ren got it on his arm, so that's kind of cool. It's funny because I was talking about how I think that'd be a great tattoo, but wow, that was such a literal trip. Interesting. Let's go back and kind of look at it frame by frame and maybe see if we can pick some stuff up lyrically. What do you say? Breaking this bad boy down. Here we go.
I've been on a way.
They're all just chilling there, and I don't know if you noticed, but Webby's got his puppy. That's very cute. And now we have Webby's Home Depot card, which, if you look, it actually says Christian Weber, card member since 2021, with a number that is surely not his actual number.
With a Home Depot card, and it's got me on a
And they're passing cigarettes.
way. Quarter round
Oh, that was the most cartoon-looking bar I've ever seen.
a mushroom chocolate bar. Yeah, it's got me on a way.
When I saw his head start to explode like this, I laughed out loud. Look, I know these guys are very against anything AI related, which is what makes this video so impressive, because there's a lot of stuff that you would expect to be AI generated, but I think that most of it, if not all of it, there is no AI generated stuff. It's all special effects or animation, which makes it even more impressive, which with this album, I'm not surprised.
I've been on a way. Yeah, we're
Weirdest furry mask I've ever seen, right?
so high that JP forgot how to make beats.
I love how Webby looked terrified there.
He's drumming on a mason jar. Yeah, I line up that kitty cat pretty fat, then I'm sniffing that.
What a cool effect. He goes into the cherry and somehow pops through
Some sticky,
to the actual pinball machine
sip some whiskey to pick
and then into water. Like, how trippy.
back the effects as they get to me. I perfected the recipe with some acid to microdose and some excellent ecstasy.
So now he's talking about the things that he's mixed. And I'm not going to name them off because I do want to keep this monetized if at all possible. But the idea that he's perfected this recipe, like he's experimented with a lot of this stuff. And then I like the way that his stuff is clipped together. Like you've got Ren over here who's literally clipped in upside down and obviously cut in. He almost looks like me. I mean, almost like if we were hanging around, just hanging out together. But alas, we were not hanging out. I am here. He is there. Wild times. All right, let's keep going. I like that we're in this weird portal here, and it leads to
Banjo Kazooie.
the Mickey D's hat with our stand-in Ronald.
I got some 2C to boost.
And eyeballs that popped out that look like pool balls, it looks like.
I cop some kid up in Canada with them loonies and toonies. I'm in
That's a great reference. So in Canada, they're money, loonies and toonies, and Looney Tunes.
the room with some group.
I've never been to Jack in the Box, but I do know their mascot here. Interesting.
And that
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a Sopranos action figure there. Like, obviously, we've got our Chris Webby Superman-like logo, and then that looks like it could be a figure from Breaking Bad. It looks like Walt, and then we've got a Sopranos figure. Interesting collection of toys.
groupies and
Action figures.
that cocaine on the plate that I microwave for
Swimming. Dog's chilling.
28 seconds and gave them a taste. I cut a gator for later, break up and roll it.
Now, I love this. It's the Oogie Boogie Man chasing him down and partying.
Reefer, stoner demeanor, eating pizza,
Damn.
playing Ghost of Tsushima. The graphics so realistic, I feel like I'm in Japan.
So he mentions Ghost of Tsushima, and then you see him actually fighting the Ghost of Tsushima, which I thought was really, really cool. I think that's really neat. The graphics here are sick. And obviously, it looks like it's maybe him in front of a green screen or something, but so well done.
On ketamine like a horse, them
Crystals are finer than sand.
just when I thought I was zooted. JP
Got a little bit of a cotton mouth. I wonder why.
raising the bar, went from playing guitar, now he's fucking banging on jars. He's taking so many bong rips at black.
And that's probably that's very funny. It's obvious that that's cartoonish. Maybe not, I don't know. Especially popping out of his ears. There's a very good chance that I'm gonna have to blur some of this. Yeah.
And I'm higher, but honestly, this beat
rockets out of the house. By the way, the house that was also in another video, if you know, you know, into space.
There's actually fire. I've been on a way, cutting ketamine.
All right, so let's see if we can get all these references. We have South Park.
With a
We have the Muppets, or some kind of puppet Muppets, and I like that they kept the real dog. That's very something the Muppets would do.
Home Depot
Lego Boys, which Lego memes have been pretty huge lately.
car, and it's got me on a way. Quarter round.
Man, that's some of the most hippie trippy stuff I've ever seen. Like, I've never done LSD or shrooms, but like, wow, that is an acid trip and a half, isn't it?
Rounds in a mushroom chocolate bar. Yeah, it's got me on a way.
And so this is the part that I mentioned earlier that I know that they don't like AI slop, or they don't like AI. They don't feel like AI should be used for for art, right? But the way this melts down reminds me of early AI slop. We gotta love Ren as a pool ball and the Hamburglar knocking him nuts. And I believe that's JP on Pigeon roller skates. This is so freaking weird, dude.
Yeah, we're so high that JP forgot how to make beats. Now he's drumming on a mason jar.
The idea of them like being out in the middle of the woods. He's tripping so bad that he's out in the middle of the woods with essentially a cult, and it almost looks like Ren as Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Sometimes sick boy gets so lazy, smoking caddy.
Okay, that's sick. I would literally watch an entire video just with these guys as skeletons. I think that's so cool.
Step baby, sometimes label.
Hey, it's superheroes. So we've got what looks like maybe a Dr. Doom-esque on our boy Ren, and it looks like JP is has a Superman ripoff, and Webby maybe Batman. I don't know. You tell me. What do you? Yeah. Because you can kind of see a bat logo on his chest. Cool.
That's so shady. That's my song. That
Oh, he's being naughty. But this is Claymation, and this time they did have a clay dog.
keep me. Never bite the hand.
Okay. So here we have leprechauns fighting pixies.
Gives motherfucker. I know cartoons at the moon.
I mean, this guy's like become a lawn ornament at this point.
Mother, bulletproof bars, bullets bounce back, sucker. Click clap on the cover. My brother, compadre, and me.
He's so fried, he's literally an egg.
Pass me the spliff and I hit like a free throw. Netflix kid getting high, watch a peep show. Scratch that itch in the belly when she deep throat. The sick, we're so vulgar, too old, too mature.
Now, is this supposed to be? I feel like this is kind of supposed to be a 3D Simpsons. Maybe that's just the coloration in the eyes, but you tell me. What do you think?
When I'm older, hold this spliff, let me take over. I'm so cooked, I need to get sober. I never made a verse this high. Webby man, I think I'm gonna die. I need to lie down with the lights out, time out. But to pass out on the couch, I'm not fucking about, cause I'm tripping for Britain.
Hey, okay, so here we have the Ninja Turtles. Now, I'm going to show my nerd a little bit here. We have Leonardo, played by Ren. We have Michelangelo, played by JP. And far out there is Webby, played by Donatello. So now you tell me, if you know the personalities of these Ninja Turtles, do you feel like that fits? Because Leonardo was a leader, so the idea that Ren would be the leader, and Webby would be Donatello, who's kind of the brains, and JP being just the party animal, I guess? I don't know. You tell me. Do you think that fits their characters?
The curtains are dripping, the music, skipping.
Is it just me, or does he kind of look like a white Dwayne Johnson there?
Feel so sick, my stomach kick flipping. One more.
What are you trying to do here, guys? Huh? Not cool. Not cool at all.
My fucking we're living.
Ren Alien, and then Shrooms.
Ketamine with a Home Depot car.
This is very cool. That reminds me very much of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness mixed with the fight scene from The Matrix. Pretty cool.
And it's got me on a way.
So now, this is what made me think that maybe there was some AI involved in this, because some of this stuff just doesn't make sense. So now we have up here, we have a leprechaun with wings, and maybe it's just blurred, but like extra limbs back behind my head here. Oh, no, maybe he's just holding them down. I don't know. This is just weird.
Quarter rounds in a mushroom
Hey, so this one's on Ren,
chocolate bar.
and this one's on Webby. Very cool. See, I talked about this. I said I thought it'd be cool to get this.
Yeah, it's got me on a way. Vibing on a way. Yeah, we're so high high that JP forgot how to make beats. Now he's drumming on a mason jar.
Now, before we get into a sick solo here, I gotta say, in one of my other reactions, and I don't even know if I released it at the point that you see this, but in one of my other reactions, I said that I feel like this entire album deserves to win album of the year. Like, I really do. I think that the Asylum album has just been amazing. So I know it'll never happen. They're indie, and it's the Grammys, so the industry is never going to reward them like that. But the idea that they, let's say they did win for either this song, they won best new song, or maybe best new album, whatever, best concept album. I don't know what the categories are, but they get asked to play at the Grammys, and instead of going up and performing, they send JP in a mason jar to solo and just rock out. That's amazing.
Forget about it, Frankie.
So good. So there you have it, folks. What did you think? Mason jar. I feel like this was a much better video than the B-roll with the mason jar in a bunch of different places and some lyrics that they had as the visualizer. So by the time you see this, like I said, this version of the video might be already on YouTube. But if not, I'm happy to be sharing it with you. I'd love to hear what you think, how funny you think it was. And usually I give my raw reaction as I go through it for the first time. But with this one, even though I hadn't seen it all, I figured, let's see it together, let's watch it together, since usually I would have a link to send you to in the description that you could go to check it out, which I'll still send you the link for the visualizer in the description. But what's been your favorite song on Inpatient? You got to tell me. All right, guys, until next time, take care of yourself and each other.